Hello everyone, this is Susan Campfield with SueStampfield.com. I hope you're doing well tonight. Sorry I'm a little bit late coming live, so I hope you can join me. Tonight we're going to be making a cute 3D holder for Valentine's Day, and I've got a card version, similar card version of it to show you as well. So I'm going to be using the Kangaroo and Company stamp set and the matching dies. This is from the January through June mini catalog, and this guy is so cute, right? She, he, whatever. So we've got several options, and these dies do a fun thing that really works well with kangaroos. So let's go ahead and get our boxes out. So for the box, we're going to use we're going to cheat a little bit. Is it cheating if it's a box that you just fold and put together? Hopefully not. So this is the Love You Always treat box. And it comes in two pieces. So you've got the base of the box, and then you also have a sleeve. So there we go. And I'm going to have some, technical difficulties here. I have a feeling. I've been the story of my night here. We'll see how we go. So I wanted to show you how you put these boxes together. It's kind of like a giant matchbox type box, in that the sleeve slides and the box goes in that sleeve. Of course, we're going to decorate it cute because that's the fun part. But I did want to show you how to put together these let's see, I want to make sure I have the name right. I believe they're called the Love You Always treat boxes, and that is what they're called. So when you go to put these together, as you might suppose, of course, you fold on all of those score lines. I really hope I'm in the right group. Give me a thumbs up if I'm in the Sue Stampfield group, because, you know, sometimes I go live on my feed or one of my other groups. Okay, so I'm folding on all the score lines. The only one that I want to do something a little bit different on is these tabs. You actually want to fold those back, and I know that seems a little backwards, but it'll make sense here in a minute. So we're just going to fold back on all of the narrow tabs, and we're going to tuck. We're ready to put our box together now. So these, form the sides here. These two tabs go in first, and then this piece folds over those two tabs and pops down in the bottom. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So that's why we flip those tabs up, because they need to sit flat on the bottom. And then the next one we're going to do is this piece. No, we're not. I lied. Do all the ones with the tabs first. So this is our last tab one. This one is going to hold those sides down and pop in the bottom. I love that this box does not require any adhesive to assemble. Now the last piece has this little slot on it, and there is a slit in the bottom that is going to pop right into. And there you've got your box. Easy peasy, right? So that's put together, and then we have this fun little sleeve that doesn't need any assembly. It's ready to go. Of course, we're going to decorate it, and then that just slides in there. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do, help people open this box. You can punch a portion of a circle in the edge of it to have kind of a finger grip. We're going to do a little something different. We're going to put in a ribbon pull just to help them get the box open a little bit easier. I did find that after putting it together, if I worked it a little bit, it was easier to open. But we're gonna decorate it up. So I've done a couple of steps ahead here. We're gonna decorate our box with the this cute paper. So cute. I love the little hearts here. This is the Snail Mail Designer Series paper. I had to look on the back. And we're going to decorate our box with that. And then we're also going to use this adorable Kangaroo and Company. And then we're going to throw in the good old heartfelt stamp set, which is in the annual catalog, because you can never go wrong with hearts, right? So I'm going to pull in my pieces here. Now I did a little cutting or a little coloring ahead of time on my Kangaroo. I need to do one last step there. And I'm going to grab just a piece of paper to work on here because this, I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends. And if I'm doing it correctly, it should bleed through. So I just want to protect my work surfaces. So if you've watched my videos before, you know that whenever I do an animal, they have blushing cheeks and pink ears. Okay, I realize that that is not, real animals don't have that, but I just think it's cute. So that's the fun of doing your own stamping and making your own artwork, right? You get to decide. So that was the Petal Pink Lights Stampin' Blend. I colored the rest of the Kangaroo with the Crumb Cake Combo Pack Stampin' Blends. And now we're going to die cut. We're going to cut out our cute little kangaroo here. So these are the matching kangaroo dies. What's fun about these is if you can see right there, it's actually going to cut a slit in the pocket of our little kangaroo so that we can put something in that pocket. And that something is hiding right over here. Now I do need to quickly color our little baby Kanga here. Actually, this is not what's going to be in the pocket. I take that back. But this one is going to be inside the box. So I have my Crumb Cake Combo Pack here. And we're just going to quickly color this little cutie. So when you use the Stampin' Blends, my favorite way to do it is to color the whole thing with a layer of the light color. And then I go back in and do some shading with the dark color. So add your light, go in with the dark, add some shading, come back in with the light and blend out the hard lines. And I'll show you that in just a second here. It's always a good idea to have the color lifter on hand in case you go outside the lines. You can correct the color. So we've got our light layer on there, and I'm just going to add some shading. I'm using the fine tip, and I usually just kind of follow the lines that Stampin' Up! Already put on there. I'm going to make this one just a little bit darker. So do you see how I'm just tracing the lines? I'm going to leave the tummy light. And now I'm going to go back over with that light one and blend the dark in. You can see that harsh line disappear as I rub over it. What I love about the blends is you can just add layer after layer of color and make that go away. Isn't that cute? Just so cute, right? Okay, we're going to add just a dot of the basic black Stampin' Blend on the nose here. And I think this one needs a little blushing too. Whoa! I'm throwing things crazy. So just adding a little bit of pink in the ear there and on the cheek. All right, so that's done. So we talked about that pocket. What's going to be in the pocket is, and I did die cut this ahead of time, but it needs coloring, are these hearts, and then there's this little tab that they stick on. Now you don't have to use hearts. You could use presents that go in the pocket. You could use flowers, an envelope, lots of choices there depending on what event you're celebrating. So I'm going to grab the Real Red Stampin' Blends here. I'm actually going to use, I don't remember what I did on my sample one. I think I used the dark red and I went in and shaded with the dark cherry cobbler actually. So coloring with the light one is always pretty easy because you're just kind of covering everything, right? So I am using the brush tip here. Thanks so much for tuning in. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh, I love to color. Sorry, I wish you could be coloring along with me. It is very relaxing. All right, so we've got our hearts filled in, and then we're gonna go in with our, oops, don't want that one. Oh, I colored myself. What a shocker, right there. Okay, I'm not bleeding. Nobody be alarmed. Now I'm gonna go in with the cherry cobbler, and I'm actually going to go to the, oh, what do I wanna say? Wherever a heart overlaps another heart, I'm gonna shade the one below it, the one that's overlapped. It's just going to give me some nice shadows. So that's pretty good. Let's see if I can color on myself some more. Now I'm going to go back in with that real red and just blend that out a little bit. You could do more of that, less of that, whatever. Okay, so we've got those colored. Let's bring over the Stampin' Cut machine here, and we're gonna do that die cutting. So we've got our baby Kanga and our mama Kanga here. Hadn't even brought this over yet. Goodness, it was across the room. All right, let's see if you can even see that. All right, we need a top plate. All right, so we've got our big kangaroo here, and we're going to line that up. I am going to grab a Post-it note just to hold that in place. Just going to grab my snips here and just rough cut out this little guy, because that big paper I cut it on is not going to fit in there. All right, so you can see how those line up. And let's see, do I have some Post-it notes? Aha! I do. They're my fancy ones. They're my Sue Stampfield Post-it notes, but that's okay, right? I usually do these on when I send things to customers and swap cards. All right, well, I've got the two, Post-it note is holding the two dies together, but I want it to hold the paper. Come here. Again, not blood. That is real red blender pen on my finger. We're not going to ruin my cards. It's okay. Does that ever happen to you when you're crafting and you get a paper cut? It's like, no, save the card. Okay. I think we're all set there. It looks pretty lined up. Let's send it through and we'll find out how we do. Hold your breath, everybody. All right. Let's see here. Got one. All right, we've got two. Yay! Let's put these dies back where they belong before they get lost. We don't want any lost dies. Okay. Even cuts out that little piece there. So let's put our box together here. So this is the piece that fits in the pocket. And I did pre-cut that. I lost it, but I did pre-cut it. No, here it is, found it. All right. So we're gonna have things falling on us. That's no good. So I'm gonna bring in the stamping cushion here. Put this one aside. So here's the kangaroo that we just cut. And can you see the little pocket there, the little slit? So that's where this piece is going to go. And then we're going to attach our hearts to that piece. But we're actually going to stamp on this. So this stamp set has a number of little tiny greetings that can fit on that tab. we're going to use we're doing Valentine's here, so we're going to do Love You Much. And I'm just going to grab the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it kind of far down on that little slidey piece because I need to have enough room to attach my hearts. So let's do that. So I've got a glue dot here. I'm actually going to fold that glue dot in half. So I just have a little sticky at the top of the tab. And I'm going to put my hearts there. Just like so. The reason I didn't tack the bottom of the heart down is I want it to slide all the way into the pocket. And have the little heart kind of hanging over the pocket there. Then another little press there, and then they can pull that out and see the Love You Much. All right, so we've got our Kanga there with a pocket full of hearts. And let's go back to our box. Now for my box here, well, let's just focus right now on the top of the box. So I have some of that snail dip paper here. And I'm just going to attach that to my box. I'm using the Seal Plus, which is a little bit stronger adhesive than the regular seal, because I don't want this paper falling off my box. You could also use liquid glue if you want. It's your choice. So there's the top of the box. I also have some pieces for the sides. If you are using this paper, and again, it's called Snail Mail, not Snail That is the name of the set. Snail Mail is the name of the paper. It is directional. So when I first cut it tonight, I realized that my hearts were going sideways. So just wanted to give you a shout out to look out for that. So there we've got the one side, and let's get the other side. Now this is optional. You wouldn't have to do the sides if you wanted to just do the top. I think that would be just fine. But I thought it would be fun to do the sides as well. All right. Now we're going to take our Kanga, and that's going to go right on top here. So when you add your dimensionals, you're going to want to make sure that you leave this portion with no dimensionals on it so that that item can slide in and out of the pocket. So we're going to take our dimensionals and add them to our Kanga here. Let's see, do I have a mini? I got some minis floating around here. Let's get a mini on the tail too. All right. So pull the backing off of that, and that's going to go right on our sleeve of our box. And I'm going to go to the bottom here and off to one side. All right. And now I'm going to add a greeting. I decided to go with the heartfelt set for this. You could use, any greeting you choose. In fact, grab the one we did last week. You could do the love. You could do all sorts of things. But I'm going to use, you know what? I even already put it on the block. I'm going to use the good old Happy Valentine's Day because, that works, right? Let's grab our Real Red ink pad here. Bring our cushion back in. Let's see how much more ink Susan can get on her fingers. Isn't it cute, Roz? Such a cute stamp. But we're not done yet. So we have a secret message in the pocket of our kangaroo there under those hearts. But we're going to have a little surprise inside the box too. And I bet you can guess where I'm going with that one. All right, so we've got our Happy Valentine's Day here. Let's just punch that out with the heart punch pack. So this is the smooth-sided heart from that punch pack. And that would fit really nicely right on here, just kind of coming off the side. Or if you want, you could layer that. Grab another piece of white here. With the matching, when you get the heart punch pack, you get both the smooth side and the scalloped heart. So you could layer those together. All right, I lost it, guys. Where'd it go? Are you kidding me? This is the kind of day I'm having. Is anyone else having a day like this? You know, as soon as I punch another one, I'll find it, right? You guys are going, Susan, it's right there. But oh, no, it's the one I stamped. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Might be nap time. Might be early bed for Susan tonight. She's losing it. That's like when you search all over for your cell phone using the flashlight on your cell phone to try to find it when it's in your hand the whole time. Not that I've ever done that. All right, so I'm going to add that little, do you see how that little scallop just adds a little something, something? And I think sometimes we get so fixated that it has to go on the card. With a box, it doesn't matter if it hangs off the side. You can do whatever is pleasing to the eye. I do just want this flat though, so I want to make sure I put my adhesive just on half of it since it is going to hang off the side a little bit. So I'm just going to put it on this half. Just have it. Does that look good, guys? What do you think? Have you done that, Linda? Whew, okay, not the only one. That's good. All right, so we've got our cute little sleeve to our box, but you know what? It's going to get even cuter now. We've got these fun little Russell Stover caramel hearts. I've got 2 of them, but I'm kind of hungry, so maybe only one will fit in the box. All right, so now somewhere on this desk, I have a very narrow piece of window plastic. The problem with window plastic is that it's see-through. And seriously, you guys, I can't find it. I know it's here. Losing my mind tonight. Oh my goodness. All right. It's okay, because you know what? We've got a paper cutter here. We've got more window plastic. As soon as I cut it, I will find it. All right. So I have a piece of window plastic here. Now this is, I cut it 4 by about a 1/2 inch. I just eyeballed it. I'm going to cut it down, but I don't know how much yet. I'm going to fold it here. So I've got about a 3/4 of an inch little tab there. Okay, can you guys see where I'm going with this one? We're going to grab our tear and tape, which I also got out before we started and then proceeded to bury. All right, so I'm going to put a little piece of tear and tape on the bottom of this. I'm going to pull that off. So I've got a sticky tab, and that's going to go right inside the box here towards the edge. All right. So as you might imagine, our little kangaroo is going to hop out of the box and surprise somebody. So this to me is a little long. This is where I said I eyeballed it. So I just cut it at 4 inches. And then I like to put it in here and decide where I want it. I want it shorter than that. So I'm going to lop off probably about close to 3/4 of an inch, I guess it was. So not quite an inch. I could even maybe go shorter. No, I'm going to go with that. Let's go with that. So I'm going to add a little piece of tear and tape to the window plastic here. There is a little cutout portion of the baby kanga, and I want to make sure there's no sticky behind that. All right, so boing, boing, boing. Isn't that what kangaroos do, right? So this is going to go inside our box. Of course, we would put in our yummy caramel there. I suppose that we could put both in. You totally know I'm going to eat it when this is over though, right? Oh wait, I'm supposed to be being good. Okay, maybe I won't. All right, and then you're going to slide this in here, holding down your little baby kanga. Slide that in, and then when that opens, boing, out pops our little baby kanga. So another thing you can do with these boxes is actually put in a little pull. Let's do that so I can show you how. You can just make a hole with a pair of scissors. I'm actually going to use a retired item. This is the, maybe I will. This is the crocodile. And I'm just punching a little hole about in the center. This might be a little off. We'll just, whatever. The first time I did this, I cut my hole a little big and I put my ribbon pull through and it actually just pulled right through. So if that happens, you can actually cut a circle, put a little hole in the circle, and kind of put that inside as a stopper to protect it. So I think this hole is smaller, so I think it will work. Let's try it. If it doesn't, I can always add that circle as a little stopper. You know what? I think I cut that too short. Good thing I got a lot of red ribbon. All right, let's try that again. There we go. All right, so we're going to poke that through. Again, it's a pretty small hole, so you might need to use your paper piercer or take your pick tool to get it through. That's why I cut it at a point, so that I've got a point to kind of poke. Looks like I am going to be able to get it. This does feel much tighter than the other one I made. I'm going to pull it almost all the way through just so that I can knot it, and then I'll pull that loop back out. So again, this pull is optional. Just will make the box a little bit easier to open, or you can use a circle punch to kind of punch a divot, kind of a finger grab, if you will. So I want that knot nice and big so that it stops the hole. There we go. And then I'm going to trim those ends off just a bit. All right, so there we've got, do you see that ribbon pull? And that way when you go, it's just a little bit easier to open that box up. So we'll get our candy back in there. There's lots of things that fit in here. Lots of different candies would work. And then we'll slide that in. So there you've got your fun little Valentine treat box with the secret message inside the pocket. Love you much. And I would just put a note inside the box saying, look for the secret message in the kangaroo's pocket. And then you've got your little pop out here kangaroo, baby kangaroo. Do you guys want a little sneak peek at Demos Galore? I know quite a few of you are participating in Demos Galore. I will be demonstrating the video. We have 19 videos, over 500 sample photos in our photo gallery for that. It starts on Saturday in our make and take. I did the product that I did was the floating and fluttering. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of one of my projects for that. It's the same box. This one I did a sleeve all the way around. I also decorated the ends as well. And then on this one, I did the floating and fluttering flutterbys? No, butterflies, and double layered those so that you have just kind of a 3D effect. And then when you open the box, of course, you've got your butterfly popping out. And then this one I did the Ghirardelli hearts, so that's another candy option for you. The butterflies, the fill-in stamp comes right in the set, and I used Melon Mambo paired with Cherry Cobbler to get that two-tone effect. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.